Hello everyone! So as I promised, I created a deck, which you can see right here in front of you as I have it spread out across the play mat here on the table. A deck that involves only Sword and Shield cards. No other card from any other set is in this deck except for Sword and Shield cards. And as anyone could probably have guessed, we are using the big boy. It's all based around the big boy, Zacian V. This guy is a beast. Alright, now there are already decks out there. There were decks that people were talking about in January with Arceus, Palkia, and Dialga, because, you know, he's a dragon, but, you know, he's got the Altered Creation GX, his GX move, which is a metal plus. It's a metal, and it has to have a water energy on it. It says, for the rest of this game, Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. If this Pokemon has at least one extra water energy attached to it, when your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from those attacks, take one more prize card. So basically those decks are, you know, you get Arceus, Palkia, Dialga out there, you use his GX move, and then you just power up Zacian. You probably jump on with like this guy, the Galarian Berserker. Alright, which he has the Steely Spirit, which your metal Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon before applying weakness and resistance. And of course, we have that in this deck as well. So this deck, this video right here, this is going to be a part 2. This is part 1. Part 2 is going to be me actually solitairing and playing through it. And so this way you can see kind of how it flows and how it goes. But I just want to go over why the cards, why I have selected to put the cards that I put in here. All right. Now, you would say, well, there's only 2 Zacian Vs. Yes, that's true. There's only 2 Zacian Vs. And the reason being, as in that there is a lot of ways that we can search them out. We use Quick Balls. All right. We use Quick Ball, which you can play this card only if you discard another card from your hand. Search deck for a basic Pokemon, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. Well, Zacian's a basic. So we have ways to go in and get a Zacian. We also have ways to go in and set up our Berserker, who is a stage 1, and he evolves, obviously, from the Galarian Meowth. So the Quick Ball also allows us to go in for the Galarian Meowth, okay, which we need because we then evolve him into the Berserker, okay, which then bumps up our Zacian's attack by doing 20. So we want to try to get 4 of those on the bench. We really want to try to get 4 of those on the bench, so that adds 80 to his attack. So he'd be doing 310. He'd be doing 310 all the time. How do we get to the Berserker? Well, once we get the basic out, the Meowth, the Galarian Meowth, we have 4 Evolution Incense, which is search your deck for an Evolution Pokemon, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So we have ways to get to our Berserker, okay? Now, we have one, before I go on more tangents, we have one Zamazenta V. The reason why I put the Zamazenta V in here is because of the Dauntless Shield. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon VMAX, which I am positive you're going to see VMAXs. And as the Sword and Shield series, as the Sword and Shield sets progress and more come out, I'm sure there's going to be more VMAXs. So we have him in here, or her in here, or whatever, so that this way we have a way to combat that. We can search that out also with the Quick Balls. There's other different ways, okay? So we have the Zamazenta V, the 2 Zacian Vs, those are really the big guys. We get the Berserker going, and we start, you know, hitting away. So the Quick Balls allow us to get to our basics. All right, we have the Orangaroos. We have 3 Orangaroos in here because of his ability Primitive Wisdom. Once during your turn, you may switch a card from your hand with the top card of your deck. Now, this also allows us to go through our deck. If we have a dead card in our hand, and we don't know what's on top of the deck, we can switch that out. Hopefully, we get something that we can use. Also, it also is a way to set up the Zacian as well by using the Zacian's ability. And I'm going to show you why. Because we also have like energy searches in here. Okay? And the energy search, you search your deck for a basic energy card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. So, Zacian's ability, which a lot of people probably already know, or if you don't know, it's called Intrepid Sword, and once during your turn, you may look at the top 3 cards of your deck and attach any number of metal energy cards you find there to this Pokemon. Put the other cards into your hand. If you use this ability, your turn ends. So, don't have much going on. We don't have an energy in our hand for some reason, so we can just energy search in, get a metal energy in our hand. If we had already attached a metal energy to Zacian, or another Pokemon, we could use Orangaroo's ability, take that metal energy, and switch it with the top card of our deck. So that when we do use Intrepid Sword, we can at least be guaranteed to get one. At least be guaranteed to get one energy on top of the Zacian, because the idea is to get the energy on top of Zacian and just hit and hit and hit for huge, right? With the Berserkers out, okay? Now, we have our one little tech card in here. I like to put one tech card in, Pokemon Center Lady. And maybe there should be more heal cards in here. I don't know. I always recommend putting 1 or 2 heal cards in a deck in general. And this is because, well, it's self-explanatory, all right? You heal 60 damage from one of your Pokemon, and it recovers from all special conditions. So, poison, sleep, paralyze, whatever, it doesn't matter. 60, you paralyzed my Zacian, and I'm going to be able to win, and you think that you stalled me because you paralyzed them, or you put him to sleep, and I flipped a coin, and I lost. All right, there you go. So, now he's awake, now he's not paralyzed, now whatever, now I win. So, we have our one tech card. Now, the thing about the Zacian, as well, is the Brave Blade, which does the 230. And during your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. So, this particular Pokemon cannot attack anymore. So, really what you'd want to do is have 2 Zacians. Okay? You want to get your 2 Zacians. You want to have one out. You want to use the Intrepid. You want to use the Brave Blade. Okay? And then you want to be able to take him back. And then you want to put out the second Zacian. And then use the Brave Blade. And you want to keep going like this. That is a good reason why there should be maybe 4 Zacians in here. Reason why we don't have 4 Zacians in here, lots of ways to search it out. Lots of ways to search it out. We also have a couple more tech cards in here. I'm going to get over that. I'm going to get into that in a minute. We have our Ordinary Rod. Okay, we have Ordinary Rods. All right, which is a trainer. So I like that it doesn't take away from playing my supporter for turn. And it's shuffle up to 2 Pokemon from your discard pile into your deck. Shuffle up to 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. And then at the top here it says choose one or both, so you could actually do both of them. So if you knock out a Zacian, I can shuffle it back in, search it back out with Quick Ball, search it out with Great Ball. There's 2 Great Balls in here. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal a Pokemon you find there and put it into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. There's ways to get it back. Metal Saucer. If we have to retreat, we can just take an energy from our discard pile, put it on to our Zacian, put it on to our Zamazenta, put it on to our Galarian Berserker if we need to use him to attack. Also, which is good with the energy searches. Energy search. Use the energy to discard to the Quick Ball if you have a Metal Saucer in your hand. Do that. Go in, get Zacian, put him on your bench, and you can Metal Saucer an energy right onto him. And if you look at the top 3, hopefully you get another energy or another 2 would be great and power him up completely. Now I'll go back to how we need to keep switching out the 2 Zacians, how it would be great for the 2 Zacians to go in and out, in and out, in and out. Well, we have our air balloons. We have 4 air balloons. Air balloon is a trainer item, Pokemon tool. It says the retreat cost of the Pokemon this card is attached to is 2 colorless less. And what is Zacian's retreat cost? 2. What is every Pokemon's retreat cost? 2. Oranguru, 2. We had to have him as our starter. We got the Zacian. We can put the air balloon on, get him out of there if we don't have the energy. We have 3 switches. We can switch him out. Being able to switch the Pokemon in and out is key to this deck. The Berserker, also. Excuse me, 2. 2 colorless is a retreat. Everything is 2. So that's the idea of having air balloons in there. Getting the air balloon is pretty vital to be able to switch them in and out, switch them in and out, switch them in and out. Oranguru sets up the top of our deck. Evolution Incense goes in for our Berserker. Switches, switch. Air balloon, switch them in and out. Metal Saucers gets the energy from my discard pile onto my Zacian quick, so that this way I can attack with them. Ordinary Rods. A way to get energy back into the deck if we have energy searches in our hands and we have blown through our deck and we seem to be running out of energy, or you're not getting any energy, whatever the case may be. Also, the Great Balls. Great Ball is another way to look at the top 7 to get to one of our Pokemon. Alright, the key is to get to one of the Pokemon, get to the Zacian. At least one Zacian with an air balloon, and maybe a Zamazenta with an air balloon, or another Pokemon that we don't have to worry about getting knocked out, one-shotted by our opponent's Pokemon. Professor's Research, discard your hand, draw 7 cards. It's a way to refill the hand. It's a way to refill the hand. In the second part of this video, or, video 2, the second part of this deck, that I'm just going to call, Sword and Shield Legendary Deck. I don't even know. I didn't even really come up with a name with it yet. I'm thinking about, Zacian's Berserker. I don't know. I'm going to play test it and show you how it goes. I just wanted to do a first video here to kind of explain why I chose to put what I put in here. Now, there's other cards in here that you can mix with other sets. Like I said, the Arceus, Palkia, Dialga. You could put Guzma Hala in here or something to go in for an air. You can discard, go in for an air balloon, go in for a stadium. There's no stadiums in this deck. Okay? There's no stadiums in this deck. What stadium would you use? I don't know. Maybe a Viridian Forest so that you can go in for a basic energy. I don't know. But you could do a lot of different stuff. There's a lot of different cards and other sets that you could use. You could use, like, what is it? Jasmine. Go in for, metal Pokemon. All right? That would be ideal. Go in for a metal Pokemon, put it into your hand. And I think if it's your first turn and you go second, search for 5 metal Pokemon. I mean, that would be the way to do it. But this is what I have come up with. So, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. I just wanted to go over a little discussion on it. And now, my second video will be me just play testing it a couple of times. And then re-talking over again why I chose certain things. There is a bit of energy in here. There's 16. Because we have to be able to hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Excuse me, 16. 16 energy in this deck because we want to be able to hit energy with the Zacian. Zacian's ability is great. You get to put the cards in your hands regardless. But you want to be able to hit the energy. The idea is to be able to hit the energy off the top of the deck to power them up. So you can do other things and go in and get a Meowth and put him on your bench. And Evolution Incense for the Berserker and evolve him on your next turn. So that we can bump up the power of the Zacian. So we kind of want to hit the energy off the top with the Zacian. We want to hit the energy off the top with the Zacian to power him up. And also to put more cards in our hands. That's why there's only 3 draw cards. Professor's Research. There isn't really much need for any more than that. Because there's all kinds of cards that search out for stuff. There's the Great Balls. There's Quick Ball. We can get to our Pokemon. Zacian is just draw 3 all the time. I would say you'd want to go first with this deck. You'd want to go first with this deck because this way, on your second turn, hopefully you can just start hitting with Zacian. You could say, oh, well, then why wouldn't I just go second? Because if I go second and I get 3 energy on him right away, then I can just attack and my opponent doesn't get a chance to do anything. That's true. But I have tested this deck a couple times. I've played it a couple times. I played games with my son and stuff. And I think it was only like one time out of multiple games where I was able to hit 3 energy. Most times it's like you hit 1 or 2 energy, and you have to have, so like if I went first and I used Zacian's ability, and I hit an energy, and I had attached for a turn, that's 2. Okay, so I attach, then I use his Intrepid Sword, I hit 1 energy out of the top 3, put it on him, now he's got 2 energy. Now on my next turn, I can attach for turn, or discard, do something, energy search, whatever, and do it. What's great is if you can, if he's on your bench, if you could energy search, ditch to a Quick Ball, the energy, go in for the Zacian, put him there, attach for turn, use a Metal Saucer, take the energy from your discard pile, attach it to him if he's on your bench, and then use his ability and hit 1 energy. Then you got your 3. But once again, if you go second, it still doesn't matter. Because once you use his ability, your turn ends. So I've been going first with this deck. I find out that going first with this deck is more advantageous to me and less advantageous to my opponent. Because then I'm usually ready to attack on the second turn. I'm usually ready to just start hitting for 230, 250 whatever, as you'll see when I play test it. So let me know what you think. I'll leave a deck list in the description, and I'll leave a deck list in the description after my part 2 of this as well, when I solitaire it and go over a little bit more commentary as I'm solitairing it and things of that nature. And so, just like I promised, here's the deck. So make sure you check out part 2, which is going to come up right after this. All right, it's going to come up right after this. See how it works out. See how I solitaire it. See how it plays it out. All right? All right, guys. Thanks for joining. And as always, keep on battling. And check out part 2 in a little bit.